Hello and welcome back to Primary Teaching with Kyle. We're focusing again on my behaviour aspect of my ECT journey. As you can see on the one that we use in my ECT setup is used through Ambition Institute and its Step Lab. So as you can see, we've already done the 6 behaviour modules. I don't know if I've mentioned before in previous videos, but we are doing 2 modules per week, even though you're meant to be doing just 1. And that's because basically they messed up and we are behind, really. We should have started in September and we only started in January, so we're trying to do 2 together. If it works out, there's both myself and the other ECT teacher in my school with an ECT mentor. But yeah, so this week we focused on the 2. We focused on B7 and B8, which is positive learning environment and structured support of learning. So yeah, let's go straight into the area, if I remember where to go into it. There we are. Here's our feedback that we had from our ECT mentor meeting last Thursday, when our focus last week was still on in catching people who are doing the right things and catching people that are doing the right readiness, we call it, but in terms of showing me that they are where they are. So focused on that. So when she speaks about my target was to spot and acknowledge positive behaviour. She noticed how people were. She noticed that I was using people as an example to show to others. So then our next step was focusing on structured support of learning, which is what it says here. So we're kind of thinking about how can you model those aspects and how can you break them down so that the children can understand and then can be able to work the task independently quite quickly. And also then can they do that resiliently? Because that's one of our focuses as a school. So that's what we're trying to focus on really is that's my next week's challenge, is improving on making sure that they understand before they go and do it themselves. So that's that week. I also wanted to show off a bit, but they can do, my ECT mentors and other people like that, they can do something called a drop-in, which basically means that they can kind of give you a shout out or drop in and things like that, which are positive or negative. Little things that don't really involve in the feedback, but that are kind of different aspects. And whilst I was getting observed, my ECT mentor noticed that I used a really good scaffolding, which is down here in my shout out. So she wanted to shout me out that even though that's not one of my focuses this week, she wanted to use that. So she spoke about when I was choosing a pupil to try and help us with the class question, to help her understanding from, we were doing related calculations. So could we see the patterns between times in by 4, times in by 40, times in by 2, times in by 20. And instead of, I could see her that she was struggling with it. So I was able to kind of break it down into, right, would it be by our 2s? No, it wouldn't be by 2s. Would it be by our 5s? No. How could it be done then? Because she wasn't really sure how to answer it. So just thought I'd put that up on there, really. And so you could see that. And nice for me to look back at it as well.